And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and always providing you the timely truth centered around real estate. We're going to dive deep into solar today, insurance as well, property casualty insurance, cybersecurity insurance, and more as well here from our expert contributors to come. So we don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder or if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help you win. Now, we want to educate, entertain, enlighten, and engage you in an effort to help you win. So there's multiple ways that you can engage with us. We want you to save our hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
You can call or text that line, 813-670-7372. And we've got something new here we're going to try as well. If you're a texter, you want to text something real simple. It's a short code, REQB. Just text REQB to 313131. So to put in 313131 and then text REQB. That'll put you in touch with us. We're going to get you more information about the real estate side of our business or the show. If you want to reach out to any of our expert contributors, you can also go to our website, consumerqb.com. Consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website. You can see links to all of our expert contributors. All of their contact information is there, the websites, and also there's a submission form, an email form that's going to come directly through to myself and my team. And we want to make sure we get back to you before our head hits the pillow. And it's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me today. David Ringo back in studio, 3D Solar. Welcome back.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Awesome. My pleasure. And some big news. You got the Fast 50 Award, number 12. That's big news, man.
Oh, that was a big deal. We had so much fun. We took our entire team down there, our office, and celebrated. It was a great time. It was an honor to be on the list, to be honest with you, to be in the top 50, and then to be 12. It was mind-boggling. It really was.
Tampa Bay Business Journal's Fast 50.
Yep.
So out of all the companies in Tampa Bay, your company was nominated in the top 50, and now you were selected as number 12. Well, you weren't selected. Your numbers prove that you were number 12 in all of Tampa Bay.
Exactly. Yeah. There was 450 people applied in general, and then they take the top 50 because that's the list of the top 50.
Wow.
And when we got there, I told everybody, let's just be ready to be number 50.
Yeah.
So let's be ready to be picked first, and we'll get out of there and take our award and go. But the longer we sat there, the more excited we got, and we might be near the top 10 as we get closer and closer.
Nice.
And 12. We were blown away. It was awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah, we got pictures of the celebration up on the screen here on the TV show. If you're watching our TV show on WeBeam TV as well. Also in studio, Eunice Housestead, insurance risk specialist. Welcome in.
Thank you. Nice to be back.
Excellent. Yeah, my pleasure. So, we've talked in the past, there's lots of ways that you can help our consumers with everything from homeowners insurance, builder's risk. You got the commercial side of the business, cybersecurity, a lot of things happening out in that space now as well.
Absolutely. And you know what? I was thinking I would like your listeners, if they have any particular questions about insurance that they would like answered, to be able to contact us through you.
Perfect.
And let us know what their questions are, and the next time I'm on the show, I will answer them on air.
Yeah, that'd be great. Find out, what are the questions that business owners have, consumers have. Hurricane season's here. You got the wind questions, you got the water, flood questions. Cybersecurity is a big one. I think that's a big question mark. A lot of times I think people don't even know what to ask. What kind of coverages do we need? What have you seen in the past? So we'll dive deeper, into some of that as well today's show. So we're going to talk about solar today. We're going to talk about insurance and ways that you can protect your assets here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And I want to give a shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill, our official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. It's Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza. It is the best, hands down, the best Italian dining experience in all of Tampa Bay. They are offering a free appetizer to our listeners. All you have to do is go into Brio Tuscan Grill, let them know that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and they're going to hook you up with a free appetizer. They've got some good ones over there as well. So let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. Brio Tuscan Grill, 2223 North West Shore Boulevard in Tampa, our official restaurant partner here of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And as you know, I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty. I'm a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay and a published author, professional speaker. We're looking for real estate agents to join our team right now. Quick shout for that. And I will let you know about a hot property up in Hudson. This property is 7441 Islander Lane in Hudson. 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, waterfront beauty. This property is gorgeous, and you've got direct access to the bay, and it's listed at $398,000. Beautiful property, plenty of storage as well. It's one of these homes that has lots of storage downstairs, over 4,700 square feet, and just about 2,100 square foot of living. Beautiful property here in Tampa Bay. Also out in East Hillsborough County, 5506 Dallas Way in Valrico, River Hills Country Club. Kind of giving you a sample of these different area codes on the Consumer Quarterback Show. As you know, we were previously called the Real Estate Quarterback Show, so we're heavy in real estate here. But 3,500 square feet out in East Hillsborough County is going for about $539,000, just reduced here at 5506 Dallas Way, River Hills Country Club. Gated community, beautiful property, pool home here, and it's a great place to live, work, and play, that's for sure. All right, well, let's jump right into it. So, David, Ringo, we talk about the Fast 50. What does it take for a company, kind of going off the solar grid here, so to speak? What does it take for a company to achieve those numbers?
Well, obviously, for this list, you have to grow a lot and you have to grow fast. But I'm glad you asked that question, because really when we started growing is when I started finally assembling the right team and the right skill set for us to grow. And on that picture, I don't know which picture you have up on there, but the list going into it is kind of funny, because I sat down and wrote down what we have there. We have a cell phone rep, we have an ex-electrician, flooring sales, we have a bassist on the team, which is kind of cool. We have an HR rep, a librarian, a marketing rep, a flooring sales manager. It's just an eclectic group of skill sets, right?
Yeah.
Because solar's not been around long enough to pull from a solar, industry so much in this area. So what we do is we find the right people and put them together and assemble the right team with the right skill set and the right mentality, because we have a culture that we want to protect, and the culture is to make sure that we take care of the customer. And if we take care of the customer and your word gets out, and I'm sure you know this, it's it just, the referrals, the reviews, everything just starts snowballing. But one thing in particular I'll never forget, when we hired, in particularly when we got Barron, he's probably freaking out that I'm mentioning his name online. He's a very humble man, but once we got him in place and he was out in the field making sure the installs were going right and doing everything and doing very well, I was able to focus and start bringing people in the office. You got the right sales manager, the right people in the office, like the Ryans, the Travises, and everybody else that came in there. It was awesome. So to be honest with you, it's all about the right people in place with the right vision and going the right direction. And then they're hungry. Everybody that I work with, everybody on my team is hungry, and they want to see us, getting better and growing.
Putting the right people in place, playing to their strengths. That's always been a debate in business, is playing to the strengths. So, looking at the strengths of your employees. If you're an entrepreneur, what are your strengths? And that's been the debate, right? Do we work on our weaknesses, try to improve our weaknesses, or really just zeroed in and double down on our strengths and get better at that?
Exactly. We used to try and find somebody that has a certain skill set. And then what we've done is, like I said, we worry about the right culture and the people come in, and then we develop the right skill set in those people as best we can. We try and find a best match you can, but if you find the right people that are hungry and they want to win, it's game over. You know what I mean? So when we found the right people and we started doing it that way, things have just really taken off. They've really blown up. And we were doing, I think on our list, so just to put in perspective of the list, we were 191% growth year after year.
Wow.
For 3 years. There's people more, obviously, because there's 11 people that grew faster and more than us, but a 200% growth for 3 consecutive years is pretty fun. It really is. And it was a lot of hard work, but we've got a system in place now that we could probably continue doing that for 3-4 years.
And I think it's notable as well when you think about 3D solar. I mean, you're actually physically putting a product on someone's house, whereas some of these internet-based companies, they're probably just, clicking buttons on a mouse and making sales and their growth, and they're generating so they can grow more exponentially, I would think.
You're absolutely right. So in perspective, you brought up a great point. We're at 191% growth, and we're very happy with that. But the first place was 13,000% growth over 3 years. So you're right. They're selling internationally. They're selling a product that you don't even have to exchange hands.
Right.
And here we are. You mentioned the ladder in the opening session. We actually take a ladder to a job site and have to go up the ladder and get on somebody's roof every day to make to make more sales and more revenue. So it's a physical. It's a very difficult thing to do, but and that separates our growth from everybody else. But we're still ecstatic with where we are. I can't tell you, we were the only solar company there, and we were very happy, and the team was very excited. So
yeah, that's great, man. I love how you're kind of the quarterback on your team, to use that metaphor, and you're putting all the right people in place. You've got you mentioned Barron, and you said a bassist. Is that like a guitar bassist?
Yes, exactly. we interviewed her, and she's listening too, going, "Why are you doing this?" But she's a very humble person as well. But yeah, she interviewed with us. We had a great time in the interview, and I just felt she was going to bring something to the team that we didn't have. And she has been unbelievable, lights out, everything, just beyond what we expected. And she's so much fun to be around. As a matter of fact, she's getting married soon. Can I say that on the air?
Yeah, very cool.
She's already did. Is that okay? So she's getting married soon, and some of us are going to be going to her wedding and stuff. So it's a great team.
It's awesome, man. Sounds like a family you got over there at 3D Solar.
Yes.
We want you reaching out to David Ringo and his team. And when we come back, more from our expert contributors here, we're going to bring Eunice Halstead into the conversation and mix in some property casualty insurance. Talk about some of the cybersecurity that you may not even be considering. It's those things you don't know what you don't know. So we're going to talk to you about that and more from our expert contributors. Stay with us after this short break.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
One
listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes here, owner of Platinum MVP Realty, quarterback on the team here. We want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial will. Each one of our partners, I'm holding up our brochure if you're watching our TV show here, each one of our partners are represented on the website, also in our brochures that we can send out to you. We've got a lot of partners here that want to help you live a better life, help you avoid a lot of that commission-based advice that's so prevalent in our community. So we want you reaching out. We'd love to hear from you. Provide us feedback, things that we're talking about on the show. If you think of something that would add value to the show, we would love to talk to you about it. And we are bringing on other business owners as well. We're interviewing right now. So if you're a business owner out there, you're thinking, hey, I'd love to be on the air, talk about my business. If you have something that would bring value to our listenership, we would love to interview you and talk about that as well. And I want to let you know about a home show coming up. East Coast Consumer Shows is having their fall 2018 Tampa Home and Garden Show. It's on August 25th and 26th at the Tampa Convention Center. We're going to be there. We're going to have a double booth. Some of our show partners are going to be representing as well. The Consumer Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty is going to be there. So we're going to, be kind of plugging this here. Make sure you buy your tickets. August 25th and 26th, Tampa Convention Center downtown. Going to be a good time. Always a lot of fun over there. And got $1 million property on the beach I want to let you know about. 1370 Gulf Boulevard, unit number 401, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, Bella Rosa condo. This is the Clearwater Beach. It's also on the Sand Key there. Gorgeous updated property here in unit. So you got windows on the side. It's not a center unit where you're kind of boxed in. $1.175 million. Beautiful property here on the beach. Beautiful place to live, work, and play is Tampa Bay. Somewhere sunny and 75. And I got to tell you, I brought on a new partner just about a week ago, and they are awesome. These guys create these awesome meals, wholebodyfuel.com. They've got the protein donuts, the world-famous protein donuts as well, wholebodyfuel.com. They are a meal delivery service, and it's chef-prepared meals conveniently delivered to your home or office, and it's healthy, organic, excellent food. They've got the different types of food as well. They've got an athlete series. They've got paleo, vegan, vegetarian as well, and awesome food, man. I tell you, the food has such great flavor. Sometimes in the past when you've had these different types of healthy meal delivery services, it's kind of bland, it's kind of blah, but no, this wholebodyfuel.com, these guys are awesome. Check them out, wholebodyfuel.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and for a special incentive. So all right, we're back here in the studio. We got David Ringo in the house, 3D Solar, talking about his Fast 50 number 12 debut on the first time on the list. Eunice Halstead in the house as well, insurance risk specialist. And I want to bring Eunice into the conversation. So what are you seeing out there, Eunice?
Well, with regards to solar panels, I think it's wonderful that we're finally moving in that direction. My grandfather, many, many years ago, he passed away in 92, but in his younger days, he always used to speak of the importance of solar and how that would make a difference. And that's one of the things that has gotten my mother along right now. She's in Puerto Rico and a lot of other properties that don't have electricity still.
Wow.
And she has solar panels on her home. Originally, she down there was paying $500 a month on her electric bill, and the government gave them some sort of grant, and they installed solar panels. And how they do it, I don't know if they do it the same way here in Florida, is that you sell the electricity back to the electric company, and they reimburse you they either reimburse you or you pay them for the difference, whichever way it works. Yep. So her bill has gone down from $500 to like $10 a month or something ridiculous like that.
Wow.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's
and now she's in a position where that's the only power available? Or for a while it was?
For a while it was.
Wow.
For a long time it was.
Yeah. Yeah, you think about the impact of some of these storms that we have, and the ability to self-sustain. I think that's what a lot of people really want to do, is they want to get to a point where they can self-sustain. Some people go as far as to having chickens, bringing eggs and putting crops in the backyard, vegetable gardens. But so when it comes to insurance and solar, there's a particular thing we want to mention here, right?
Yes. So there's a couple things. when you have solar panels in your home, you have to make sure that your insurance agent or broker, your company, understands that, and they rate based on that.
Okay.
Because if you have a loss, it's not only your roof, but it's also your solar panels. So if you want to have your solar panels covered and paid for in case of a loss, let's say a hurricane hits them and makes them blow away, or something happens and they get destroyed, you want to make sure that they're properly covered in order to get your proper money back when you file claim.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake sometimes people make when they're, filling out the applications, or they're looking at the policy premium versus what it covers, is they look for the lowest possible payment, and they may hide some things on the upfront inspection or the application, and then later when it comes time to pay out on a claim, they didn't document it properly, or they didn't put everything on there.
Right. And then they complained that the insurance company didn't want to pay them, but they didn't pay them because you didn't disclose it at the beginning.
Right.
So it's important for them to always look at all the different things. And somebody who knows what they're doing will go through it with you and will ask you the right questions. Usually even though the cost of the panels is taken into consideration, they rate it based on the amount of panels that you have sitting on top of your roof. So that's easy enough for somebody to provide that information. The other thing is, on a commercial basis, if a business decides to cover their building with solar panels, they have to notify their fire department. In many cases, the fire department is afraid to go into a burning building if they have solar panels, because they usually come in from the top and there is no escape route for them. So they need to know in advance so they can figure out which way they're going to come in and out of that building in case there's a fire.
Well, that's an interesting point. Yeah, that's something you don't think about typically. So is it on the business owner? It's something where they have to alert, or is it a must, or they would like us to alert them?
No, it's not a must. It's a good to do.
Yeah.
What I've seen before is that they will not go into a building if there's solar panels on the roof and they don't have the blueprint of the building and they don't know which other escape routes there are. So
Wow.
it's if you just want to protect yourself, make sure that everybody's going to be safe and they can come in and take care of your building. It's better to let them know in advance so that they already know how to handle the situation.
Okay. Yeah, if you just joined us, I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. We're talking with Eunice Halstead, our insurance expert contributor here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Let's switch gears. Let's talk about cybersecurity. I think that's a big one. What are you seeing in that space? So
I was just taking a course. I'm trying to learn as much as I can about that topic and become an expert in that topic as well. Apparently, organizations could have prevented 75% of data breaches if the information had been encrypted. So encrypting your information is a huge deal. And regardless of the device that you're sending or receiving the information from or to, make sure that information is encrypted. The other issue is make sure that you have software that updates and fix your security gaps, because that's constantly changing. These hackers are coming up with new ways to get into your system. For example, with Target, they got into the Target credit cards through the HVAC system. There were some controls that were some controls that were computerized, and the vendor that was doing their HVAC system managed to break in to the Target system through the HVAC system, because apparently they were connected somehow.
That is amazing. Sometimes you think about how these things happen, and wow, so you wouldn't even really think to to go through that it would be connected.
Right.
The HVAC system is connected to the point of sale system, that's
what they keep calling the IT of things.
Yep.
Or the Internet of Things. You know how now you have your refrigerator that automatically will let you know what's inside it, what you're missing. Sure. They can even go as far as ordering food for you.
Right.
Like if you're out of milk, it automatically orders milk to be delivered. The Alexa and Echo, they are listening to everything you say.
Yep.
And if you don't shut them off, sometimes they can communicate that information that you're saying, and you don't realize that it's listening to you. And
Yeah.
it gets recorded, and it's out there in the cloud. And sometimes you're just having a personal conversation at home, and you don't realize that you have this device there that's listening to every single thing and recording every single thing you're saying.
Yeah.
So-
Well, we're at the very forefront of that Alexa voice, the Google Home, all of those different aspects. And I've been investigating and thinking about, the real estate side of my business and how to be, it's basically like a land grab. When podcasts first came out, there's certain people that had an idea, a podcast. They did a podcast. Now they have hundreds of thousands of downloads every month, and they are, earning good money on that. And, the voice is a space that a lot of people don't understand, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions with it. But yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, so that I was considering getting an Alexa, and then after seeing that, I was like, no, I better not.
Yeah, I had one. I bought one and messed around with it, and I just said, I'm not really using this thing. I don't need it. I sent it back, and it's just something about having that thing listening to everything in your house.
It's scary.
It is. It's you look at that, and you think about what is the effect of this going to be? How's it going to play out? From a marketing standpoint, it's a must-have. You got to have it in business. You got to be forward-thinking, and an early adapter, I think, is being a key. It's a key to be an early adapter. Getting that land grab, trying to figure out how, somebody says insurance in Tampa Bay, we want them thinking about you. Eunice Halstead, insurance risk specialist. Alexa, tell me about real estate in Tampa Bay. We want them mentioning the Quarterback Show and Platinum MVP Realty. All right, stay with us when we come back. More from David Ringo, our solar expert contributor, Eunice Halstead here as well. And we'll be right back after this short break. Don't go anywhere.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, PlatinumMVPRealty.com. Check out PlatinumMVPRealty.com for all of your real estate needs, you can do a search there online, platinummvprealty.com. You can also do a seller valuation, find out what the value is of your home. You can search foreclosures from our website. And we got a new text function here. If you want to text us and be in contact, we're going to reply with some information to just text REQB to 313131. Text REQB to 313131, and we're going to hit you back with some information there. You can connect with us online. And in studio today, David Ringo, 3D Solar, recent recipient of the Fast 50 Award given out by the Tampa Bay Business Journal. Number 12 on the list was their debut number. Awesome. Very cool. Solar Technologies here in Tampa Bay. Eunice Housestead as well in studio, insurance risk specialist, and helping everyone from homeowners to business owners, and talking about cybersecurity in the last segment. And I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes. And later in the show, we have a feel-good story of the week coming up. Homeless man hungry for success receives hundreds of job offers. Find out about this video that went viral. Pretty cool story. And more from our expert contributors coming up here. I want to let you know about a hot listing in South Tampa. This is a perfect Airbnb property. This is a recently reduced 103 South Havana Avenue in Tampa. 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, recently reduced down to $599. Beautiful property in South Tampa. Perfect for that Airbnb or that investor. 103 South Havana Avenue in South Tampa. Beautiful property. Reach out. We'd love to talk to you about it and help you with your real estate searches as well. All right, so let's go back to David Ringo here. So, David, we're talking about, the way that you grew your organization, the way that your organization, you got a family-based style of a business there. Now, let's talk a little bit more about the product itself. So you're going out, you're helping homeowners take advantage of rebates. They're going to be able to save money on their electrical bills and really changing people's lives.
Absolutely. And it was a great story, Eunice, that shared about something personal with her. But the fact that we can go out and talk to people and help them save money monthly, yearly, for the rest of their lives, as long as they have that system, and get a tax credit and all the things that go with it and all the positivity that goes with it. It's a fun thing to do. Yeah. Some of the people that come to work for us that go into sales, they absolutely love it. They enjoy it because they're helping out. Some people want to have some mission other than just making money,
Yeah.
And some of our guys just love the fact that they're out helping people. They're saving money every month and they're helping everybody go green. It's, it's a better footprint that we're leaving behind.
Yes.
So they love it. There's people that just enjoy that. So
yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It really is.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's not just a financial thing. It's about helping Mother Earth. It's a moral obligation that we have to try to, investigate ways that we can, utilizing solar is something that's simple and it really pays you back over time.
It certainly does. And one of the best things that one of my sales managers has, he says, we're just borrowing this planet from our grandchildren. And I'm like, that is so true.
Yes,
so the more we can do now, the better planet they're going to have in a few generations, because,
that's right.
Some other places we're not treating the planet so well, So
yeah.
Anything we can do, and then honestly, that's a great way of doing it. If we can eliminate all the electricity that we have to create through nuclear power or anything else or coal,
yeah,
why not? It's free,
Yeah.
So
nuclear power. I was watching this Netflix series, interesting, called Dark Tourism. It's really cool, like crazy. Like the one he went on a trip. He went over to Colombia and kind of traveled in the footsteps of Pablo Escobar. I mean, it was kind of weird type stuff. But one of them was where they went over to, what was it, about 5 or 6 years ago? We had that horrible tsunami that knocked over the power plant. The power plant was now, so now we have this nuclear solar, supposedly safe. It's not going to get hit. It's reinforced walls, all that. But they went in and it was like a tourism, again, dark tourism, right? They wanted to go check it out and see what it was like. They had the Geiger meters out. And it's like 0.73, and it's the point is, some of these other energy solutions are not good for us, and it's just a matter of time until we're exposed.
Exactly. And just like harvesting coal and oil and everything else from the planet, right. At some point in time, I can't remember who says it really well, but somebody says it online very well, that at some point in time, it's going to take a gallon of oil to get a gallon of oil. At that point, it's worthless,
right?
Because you've used that gallon of oil to get it. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So after a while, it doesn't make sense. So there's that reserve that we have now, and we need to take, advantage of what we have. But at the same time, we really need to get green. And if you can put solar in your house in Florida, look around, it's the Sunshine State.
That's right.
So, we were interviewed and for the Fast 50, and they were asking us why we like doing a business in Tampa. And I'm like, a solar company in Florida? Are you kidding? You know what I mean? It's the perfect spot. it's a great place for it. The economy is doing really well in Tampa market, as you know.
Yeah.
It's just blowing up, and it's that way everywhere in Florida. We have, we're expanding our reach all the time. We're in Orlando. We have a location in Orlando now, and I go over there, and the amount of expansion over there, the amount of homes, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it is.
And, if we can put solar on those homes, I know this sounds corny, but I feel that if we can put solar on those homes and help them create the energy they need, we can help eliminate all the power plants that we need to put in Florida. And it's not just us, it's as an industry, but 3D Solar, sure, we want to be part of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Orlando is such a big area, and it's because it can grow all 360 degrees, whereas Tampa Bay, we're kind of limited, with the Gulf of Mexico there. But, yeah, I mean, man, you look at South Florida, you look at the economy, things are on this bull run. We're still, improving. I think we've got employment at an all-time low.
Yep.
The economy's growing at an all-time high, and regardless of political aisles, which side you're on, this and that, things are going well. So then, now's the time to act.
Absolutely, and you're right. The growth is crazy, and the one thing that I've always been concerned about is unemployment rate, because if it the closer it gets to zero, it means I can't go out and recruit somebody that's not working. I have to go pick them from somewhere else, and I hate doing that. But at the same time, we've not been having troubles finding employees. It's been very easy in a way. It seems to be every time we turn around, something else happens in our favor, and I know it sounds crazy, but I really believe in karma. I'm a big fan of karma now.
Absolutely.
And it seems like the more we do, the better things go for us. And it's so weird. And like this award, like I said, when we sat down, I told everybody, I said, hey, if they say, we're going to start this off and get 3D out of the way, 3D Solar 50, get out of here, I would have been doing cartwheels. We still were on the 50.
Yeah.
But to get to 12 is crazy. But it's, it's unbelievable. So the growth is crazy, and it's every direction. But no, we're still having, no problems finding good employees and people that fit our culture. And some people are coming from other companies to work with us, which is great.
Are you hiring right now?
Absolutely.
Are you looking for people? Okay.
I'm glad you asked that, because we're always looking. We're looking for 2 skill sets all the time. And they don't have to be industry specific, but we're looking for installers and salespeople all the time.
Great.
So have them reach out to you through, get an interview, have them text to that number.
Yeah.
What was it? 313131.
Yeah, text REQB to 313131. Real simple. REQB, like real estate quarterback, 313131. And we'll get right back to you. Make sure we put you in contact with David Ringo here, 3D Solar. We're coming up as well, Eunice Halstead. Any insurance questions you have, REQB, text it to 313131. Real simple.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, anytime you run into anybody looking for sales or installation jobs, point them our way.
Perfect.
Always.
That's great. Yeah, absolutely. I was going to ask you too. Now, people have heard about solar. That I think some of the misconceptions are, price. It's going to be expensive. Let's maybe talk about that. And then also, once we put it on, it's such a rapidly changing industry. Is it going to be obsolete in 5 years, 3 years?
That's two great questions. Obviously, we have many options for the homeowner. There's a lot of options for us. Financing, there's the PACE program that's coming out. Some people pay cash. There's all kinds of ways of funding the solar, but it is an investment. But we have people that are signing up for financing now. They're saving anywhere from 50, 60, 70 bucks a month. Now that's a larger bill. It's not, if you're making, you can't save 70 bucks if your bill originally starts at 70 bucks.
Yeah.
But we have people at $250 to $400, dollar average bill that are saving 70 bucks a month. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, you add that up month after month, year after year. Who wouldn't do that?
Yeah.
And also that's zero out of pocket. So you're nothing out of pocket and saving, a good chunk every month. And then there's an end date on that loan where, and I hate to be morbid, but we pay electric bills. If you pay electric bill, you're going to pay that until you're not here anymore. You know what I mean? So if there's an end date on your loan, on your financing option, and you're saving 50, 60 bucks a month until that loan is gone, and then after that you have no payment, you're still saving your entire electric bill.
Zero out of pocket.
Zero out of pocket.
That's great. That's a really good deal. Absolutely. I'm glad you mentioned PACE too. By the way, if you just joined us, I'm your host Brandon Bryans. We're talking with David Ringo, 3D Solar. He's the recipient. They ranked number 12 on the Fast 50, Tampa Bay Business Journal's Fast 50 just last week. It came out. But the preferred alternative clean energy, right? PACE.
Absolutely.
That's a really unique program. I think there's certain criteria. You have to have equity in your home. Is it? Yep. Do you know the criteria off the top of your head?
You have to have equity. You have to have a certain amount of equity. I can't remember what it is.
Yep.
And then you have to have no late payments on your mortgage for a little while. It's really not that strict. And
Right.
basically what they do is they work off the equity in your home, which is part of the equity portion of it. But no, it's a great program. We've sold a couple houses, or a couple solar systems for homes that qualified through the PACE program, but most of the people do qualify through the financing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
Preferred alternative clean energy. I know one of the agents on my team, Mark Ogle, was a former House rep. He was big on helping that get started throughout the area. I think Pasco was one of the first to adopt it down south.
Yep.
Down south, he was in Hendry County, my old area that I grew up in, LaBelle. So he said, "Hey, I'm down here to But yeah, PACE is a great program.
It is
really good program. We want you reaching out. David Ringo, 3D Solar. When we come back, Eunice Housestead as well, insurance risk specialist. We're going to jump into our lightning round, and we have our feel good story of the week and our tell me something good. Homeless man hungry for success receives hundreds of job offers. Find out about that and more from our expert contributors. Stay with us right here after this short break.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.
You're listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. I'm your host, Brandon Rhymes here. I'm the owner of Platinum MVP Realty and a top listing agent in Tampa Bay. Former USF football player. I played on the inaugural football team at USF, longtime quarterback on my sports teams. Now we're quarterbacking a different game. We're quarterbacking introductions to all of our 80-plus show partners, CPAs, financial advisors, attorneys, all types of experts that we want to make an introduction for you to help you save money, avoid commission-based advice. And every day we're going to battle against the nonsense out there, the mainstream media, making you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. And I've got a hot listing down in Largo I want to let you know about here. 12091 145th Street in Largo, just reduced down to $299. This is a beautiful property. Owner is motivated here. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-car garage, and it's close to the beach. Right across the bridge is Indian Rocks Beach. Gorgeous opportunity here, and there's no flood insurance. So you're close to the beach, no flood insurance. The best of both worlds here in beautiful Largo. Hot property, compliments of Platinum MVP Realty.com.
Sun is shining, the weather is
And if you check out our website, PlatinumMVPRealty.com, you'll see all of the real estate photography that is completed by Fabre Frameworks, our official real estate photographer. Fabre Frameworks, they do a great job for us. We really appreciate them. All right, back here in studio, we got David Ringo, 3D Solar. He's here with us talking about solar technologies. We got Eunice Halstead as well, insurance risk specialist. And you guys had a question for each other, was it?
I did, yes.
Good.
And talking off air a minute ago, sometimes that's really good conversations.
Yeah, right, it is.
It really is. But no, I was talking to her because when we have clients that buy a certain size system that's over a 10 kilowatt system, which is a pretty good size system, right in the interconnection agreements from the utility companies, they all have this similar verbiage. It's something along the lines of this, and I wanted to ask her on the air so we can get a question to where our clients aren't questioning anymore. But the customer shall maintain general liability insurance and property damage in the amount of not less than $1 million. And when I tell homeowners that, Eunice, and everybody that's listening, it really freaks them out because they think, oh my gosh, that $1 million policy is going to put us so far under that it's going to overtake the savings we're seeing on the solar. So my question to you is, if somebody has to get that $1 million policy, is it feasible and is it affordable? Because we get mixed reviews because some people go out and they say they save money, and some people say that it's costing them $600, $700, $800 a year, and if that's the case, it doesn't offset what we're saving them. So how do they?
For those that are paying $600-$700 a year, have them talk to me, and we'll set up proper insurance plan. I myself personally have an umbrella policy for $1 million that sits over my personal liability for my condo and over my automobile insurance. So it covers both. It provides additional limits for both if I was to have an accident in the car and hurt somebody really badly, or if something horrible was to happen at my home and somebody sued me for a large amount. I'm only paying less than $250 a year.
Oh, wow.
So the way this works, insurance and general liability insurance, usually the losses are going to be on the low end. So if you have a policy, your primary policy is probably going to be between $300,000 to $500,000. Anything that happens most times gets settled below that amount. So adding the extra layer of coverage is usually very inexpensive because the losses are not usually those are catastrophic losses.
Right.
If something really, really horrible happened, then you're going to dig into your umbrella. Otherwise, it's just going to stay within your primary policy.
Right.
So umbrella policies are not expensive at all.
So you're paying roughly $20 a month for insurance
For my umbrella.
For your
For
umbrella.
the $1 million policy, that's a couple $100, yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
right. That's great to know.
That's a deterrent, I think, in a lot of cases in people's minds, they just see that number and they stop there instead of investigating it further, or they get a quote from an agent that may not have the connections. Let's talk about that, Eunice, because I think that's a big part that people may not understand. In a previous life, I was a mortgage broker. So, as a mortgage broker, I was able to take that client's ratios, their credit scores, and then shop it to all these different lenders and find the best rate.
And that's exactly what I do.
Yes.
We take their information and we shop it to a number of different markets and try to find the best coverages and price for the particular risk that we're insuring.
Right. So that's a distinct advantage that Eunice Halstead has. She's our insurance expert contributor here, insurance risk specialist here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Coming up, we have our lightning round, but now I want to jump into our positivity segment of the week. Every day we're telling you something positive here in our Tell Me Something Good segment.
Tell me something good.
Homeless man hungry for success receives hundreds of job offers. So a homeless man held a sign that read, "Homeless, hungry for success, take a resume," has been flooded with hundreds of job offers. David Sarzes woke from his park bench on Mountain View, California, put on his best outfit, and held a handwritten cardboard sign on a highway median. A passerby snapped a photo of him and posted the photos on Twitter, where the post quickly went viral. Today, I saw this young homeless man asking people for to take a resume rather than asking for money. Joseph Schofield wrote on Twitter, "If anyone in the Silicon Valley could help him out, that would be amazing. Please RT so we can help David out." Since then, he's been flooded with more than 200 job offers. Google, Netflix, LinkedIn, and many other companies have already reached out. According to the New York Post, Cesar had earned a bachelor's degree in management information systems from Texas A&M University, landed a good web developer job at General Motors in Austin, but cashed out and drove to Silicon Valley to pursue his dreams of owning a tech startup. So only to run out of money. I've been overwhelmed in a very good way. I can't believe the amount of support coming my way. I didn't know it was because of Twitter until recently. I spoke to the creator of the tweet. Keeping my head up, David said. So pretty cool. It's got the guy picture of him right there. You know, if you're watching our TV show, he's standing there, you know, asking for people to take his resume instead of asking for money. I mean,
that's great.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's the power of the internet, right? The internet is such a game changer.
Absolutely.
All right, let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. David Ringo, 3D Solar.
Excellent. The one thing I would say would be to purchase from a solar contractor that is self-qualified. I know that sounds really crazy, but people can qualify other companies. So find out who actually holds the license that company is representing, and if it's not them, why would you buy from them? It's like buying from a real estate agent that doesn't have a real estate license that's being qualified. So do your research, make sure that they have their own license. If they don't, I don't know why you would buy from them, because they're just a sales entity out there that doesn't understand and they don't have the licensing for it. So I would say just do your research, find out who's got the license. If it's not somebody on that management team or somebody that owns a company, I would ask you why you're doing business with them.
That's a big one we hear, you know, from Suncoast Roofing. You know, a lot of the different partners will talk about that. Is you know, there's so many scams, people going to people's doors, especially during hurricane season after a storm, and they're approaching people's doors with, you know, they're not wearing a company shirt, the vehicle that they're driving is not properly identified, and it opens you up as a homeowner. And the number one kicker, too, is a lot of times on these construction sites, construction opportunities, they'll ask the homeowner to pull the permits, and that is a dead giveaway that they are doing something that is not above board.
Absolutely.
So great point there, David. All right, Eunice Halstead.
Okay, so I'm going to get off topic a little bit.
Okay.
In the next couple of weeks, we're going into the Florida primaries. It is important to get out there and vote. Google the candidates and how they stand on each of the issues that are important to you, and then vote accordingly. Just make sure you get out there and vote.
Yeah, I think so many people are, you know, keyboard warriors. They're typing on Facebook. They're weighing in on certain issues. But they, you know, if you really investigate it, the voter turnout has been extremely low. Historically low.
And I think most people don't know how the candidates stand on the particular issues. Last night I sat there with my computer and looked at each candidate and looked at several questions that they're asked about different things, and that's how I made my choices of who I was going to vote for in the primaries. I'm voting by mail.
That's great. Yeah, well, you're a good citizen then, you know, doing that, and I think a lot of times it's kind of scary, or not scary, but it's the way that the ballots are worded. You know, you got to be really careful to read those different ballots when it comes to a certain, change to a law. Right. The way that they word things, it's kind of, they use double negatives sometimes. It's like, wait, what does that mean?
Right.
So you got to be careful with that. Awesome. All right, so I'll drop a nugget of advice here. I hear about people. There's two different ways to look at it. Are you going to focus your spare time on tension relieving activities or goal achieving activities? Right. So tension relieving is your fantasy sports, your happy hours with the girls or the guys. Those things right there are tension relieving. They're going to feel good in the short term, but they're not doing much to build you up in the long term. Whereas if you're going back home, you're putting in a couple extra hours of study time, you're working on your goals, you're reinforcing your must-haves in your life. That's going to help you move forward to success, closer to success. And there's always things you can be doing to move forward, focusing on that 80-20 rule, the 20% of the tasks that you can do and that you can focus on, that's going to contribute to 80% of your success. So tension relieving activities are fun in the short term, but in the long term, you're going to pay for it. So goal achieving is what you really want to focus on when it comes to that. So I want to thank David Ringo, 3D Solar. Great job today. Thank you very much. Eunice Halstead, thank you as well. Insurance risk specialist. And I want to thank all of our listeners, our viewers of our TV show out there watching us. We're 5 o'clock drive time, 1380 The Biz. Sundays on The Bone, 102.5 The Bone, Sunday mornings. And I'm also going to be on the Ian Beckles show this weekend at 12 noon. So tune in, check us out. daily 10 a.m. on WeBeam TV as well. And check us out. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness, something as simple as packing up some food or clothing, handing it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. Do something kind for one another, and we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.
I can change that. No, we're good, man. Absolutely, it's a pleasure. Pleasure meeting you. I got your card and everything.
Hi, I'm Jerry from Hot Locks Hair Salon. We are conveniently located at 13414 US Highway 19 in Hudson. I've been a local hairstylist in our community for the last 34 years, 7 of which I was an educator. Our passion is the artistry of hair, and Hot Locks is here to help you achieve your perfect image. You can call us at 727-514-9978.